Right, hello people. Leigh Wood beats Josh Warrington in their rematch to, repeat what happened the first time, really, in a different way, of course. This was a completely different fight, a really, really interesting fight. I honestly thought it'd go very similar to the first fight. Warrington would be ahead and Wood would find his way back into it. And just because of where they were in their careers, that they'd both have, the will to still do it, but would be diminished to a point where it'd be at the same fight, if that makes sense. So it wouldn't be, it looked the same. They'd be diminished to the same point where it looks the same, but Leigh Wood looked to have a lot more left in the tank, and Josh Warrington, in my opinion, looked shot. Now, going into this fight, I was surprised there was as many people picking Josh Warrington as there was coming off that first fight, and coming off his last performance where he looked underwhelming against a low level of competition. In my opinion, he's shot, and he's always been predictable. A few years ago, more around the time of the first Leigh Wood fight, I would have said, I don't think he's shot per se, like athletically, but he's kind of just predictable, and he's been figured out, and he's got kind of no other way to go around his work. But now I think his body's caught up with him, as well as him being predictable. Leigh Wood came to this fight with completely different tactics. Hands low, southpaw the entire time. He does occasionally switch, but he was southpaw the entire time in this fight. Hands low. Whenever Warrington was able to close the distance, which was very rare, he'd just completely smother him in clinch, and wasn't really trying to get the knockout. Was just kind of pop shotting Warrington and completely shut him down. His distance management was spectacular, and he just looked like the boss in there, and Warrington just looked. Wasn't capable of closing the distance. Just had all intention of, committing, but it just wasn't there. Just wasn't able to get his head off the centre line. Legs weren't quick enough to close the distance, and Leigh Wood just completely had his number this time round. Completely the opposite of the first fight. And he still looks to have a bit left in the tank at 37, which is surprising. He's actually the older man. Warrington's 35, Leigh Wood's 37. But there's just more wrinkles to his game, and he's better preserved, which is surprising. He has taken a good bit of damage in his career. But I'd say this is the best he's boxed, probably since the Lara rematch, right? Just from a pure boxing perspective. And it's interesting to see where he goes next. If I had to give him options, I'd say the loser of Jazza Dickens versus Anthony Kakache, which I'm going to assume would be Jazza Dickens. That would be a rematch. Jazza Dickens beat Leigh Wood back in the day. He'd be able to avenge a loss there. Or maybe Michael Conlon, who's coming off not a decent victory, but he looked good in the victory. That would also be a rematch of what was a fight of the year last time they fought. And for Josh Warrington, I'd say retire. Definitely retire for sure. There's not really anything out there for him at any sort of level that's worth it. This is his fifth defeat. Fifth defeat in the last 8 fights, I think. So, I'd call it a day. Call it wraps. He was going to after the Kakache fight, but now definitely feels like the moment. He had his chance to try and avenge the defeat to Leigh Wood, and wasn't quite able to do it. And this is a decent card overall. Bilal Fawaz beat Ishmael Davis to win the British and Commonwealth titles. Looked really, really good. Looked awkward. Came back from a very good early. Davis was definitely the better man early, but Fawaz just came right into it. Was really, really awkward. Started closing distance. Started absolutely just teeing off on Davis with volume, and wore Davis down really, really effectively. Looked really, really awkward doing it. And Dave Allen got a victory in the first minute, as about expected. And overall decent night of boxing. Can't complain. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. Oh yeah, stay tuned. I guess, to the channel. Keep an eye on it. There's obviously going to be more coming out tonight with Garcia Barrios. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.